This is PLAR History and Geography. My name is Jonathan. I am your teacher for this course, and welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully, everyone had a wonderful holiday break where everyone spent lots of time with your families and friends and loved ones and had an awesome time um, within the last 2 weeks. So yes, we're in a brand new year now, 2016. Um, but everything is still the same here at WASA with PLAR History and Geography. We are entering week 6 of our 9-week term, which means that including this week, there will be 4 more weeks within the term. All right, 4 more weeks, including this week, left. That's it, left in terms of term 1B. Okay, so again, I really encourage everyone to continue to work on those assignments. Again, work on them. If you have questions, let me know. And once you're done your assignments, submit them to me. That way I can mark it and give you feedback. Okay, just to go over the study guide front page of PLAR History and Geography. Again, here on your front page of the study guide or the course syllabus, you see all of my contact info as to how you can reach me or how you can participate or listen for this class. Okay? So again, you can radio in and call in at 1-800-465-7144. Okay, you want to listen in to my lessons. Again, you can always contact me, call me, email me during my office hours. Again, that's 1-800-667-3703. That is the 1-800 number, toll free. Okay, again, just ask for Jonathan, or you can just dial my extension, which is 2221. Okay, again, my extension is 2221. Again, you'll see my fax number where you can fax your assignments to WASA. That way I can connect it. Again, you'll also see my cell number on the study guide if you need to contact me during evenings, my office hours, or on weekends. Okay. And again, there's my email at jho@nnec.on.ca. Okay. Do you prefer emailing? So if you want to email me, you can. I'm always on my email during my office hours, and I will reply as soon as I can. Again, my Facebook and my YouTube channel, Jeho Wasa. Again, feel free to add me as a friend. Again, Jeho Wasa. Again, I always post all my lessons onto my YouTube channel for all those who can't make it tonight or have missed any other materials that you want to go over again. So again, feel free to go to my YouTube channel again at Jeho Wasa. Again, just a reminder, there are 4 more weeks left, including this week, until term 1B is done. So again, I really highly encourage everyone to really work on those assignments and submit them to me. Okay? Any questions about anything before we get started in terms of today's class lesson? Again, I just went over the study guide cover page, the syllabus with all my contact info. Again, everything's exactly the same. Nothing has changed. We're just in a brand new year, a new month. Okay, but everything's still the same. Once again, I'll show you my office hours. Again, they are still the same. Nothing has changed. Okay. Your DUC also have a copy of my office hours as well. Okay. Note that I'm pretty consistent with my office hours where I start every morning at 8:30. Usually go to noon, have lunch, come back at 1. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Again, classes are 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time, okay, for PLAR History and Geography. Again, that's 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for PLAR History and Geography with me, Jonathan. Okay? Again, any questions in terms of my office hours? Questions? Again, nothing new. Everything's exactly the same. Okay, exactly the same. All right. If there are no questions, well, let's jump into it and get started in terms of today's class. Yes, this course that you're listening and joining with me right now is PLAR History and geography. Again, don't be confused, okay? Two subjects combined into one. We finished the history portion, the first half of this course. We started geography, and now we're going to continue looking at geography, and we're going to finish up geography in terms of the rest of this course. Okay, class? So again, we're looking at geography, okay? Geography. With that being said, we're going to start a brand new lesson since it's a brand new year. Um, we left off last time in terms of finish up lesson 4 in terms of human geography. Again, if you missed that or want to go over those materials, again, let me know. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and check those out. Okay, but again, today we're starting a brand new lesson, the very last lessons in terms of this course, lesson number 5. Okay, this is the last lesson, lesson number 5, where we will be exploring and examining physical geography. Okay, physical geography. Okay, human geography is now completed. You may see some overlap how human geography may link with physical geography, but right now we're switching gears and looking at physical geography. Okay, if you're following along at your learning center or at home, I'm on page 38 of your textbook. Okay, I'm starting on page 38 in your textbook. Okay, physical geography is what we'll be looking at today and for the rest of this course. Because it's a pretty big lesson. Physical geography lesson number 5. Hello, Lillian. How are you this evening? Hopefully you can hear me. Again, just a reminder, if you are calling in and participating online, either by phone, radio, or through the Bridget software, again, feel free to let me know your name. That way I can jot you down and give you credit for participating and being online. So yes, we got Lillian and Waterman joining us again this evening. So hopefully you can hear me, Lillian, over in Waterman. Again, thank you so much for joining in and participating. Again, at any point throughout my lessons, if you have questions, just let me know. Just let me know. Okay? Oh, we also got Rosalyn online as well. Thank you. Excellent. Hopefully everyone is having a great night over in Waterman. So yes, when we're talking about physical geography, what we will be looking at starting today and the rest of this course for the rest of this term, we'll be looking at physical geography. So for example, I'm just going to jot down some examples of some aspects that we will be looking at. So when we talk about physical geography, we will be exploring the environment. Okay, we will be also looking at land formation. And all those different aspects. We're also looking at, for example, different types of trees, how they are significant, even types of rocks that we have on this planet Earth. Okay, we may be looking at some aspects of maps. Okay, maybe looking at latitude and longitude. We'll get to that later on. Also in terms of physical geography, we will be also looking at, the weather and what that means and how to define it. Climate in terms of which area you live around the world. With that being said, we'll be able to look at regions, different regions in Canada, and how they're same and different. Okay. We're also looking at a very important topic, something called global warming, something that starting to impact us nowadays and what we do and how we make policies and changes. Okay, conservation and protection, not a huge aspect of how that impacts us today and in the future. Okay, in terms of wildlife, the land, and other aspects as well. Okay, these are just some examples of what we will be looking at for the rest of this term. Okay, and many more as well. But these are just some of the big topics today. However, our goal today is that we're mainly looking at regions and we start looking at land formation. These are the two areas that we will be looking at today. With that being said, your learning goal for today is that you will have an understanding of what physical geography actually means. Okay, more definition. Okay, you will have a better understanding of what physical geography means itself. We'll be also looking at regions. Okay, different regions across Canada and what that means. And we'll also be looking at land formations. Okay, we'll be starting looking at land formations. How Canada is a big, diverse country uh, with many diverse land formations. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin. All right. Again, you'll start to see some patterns develop in terms of definitions. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I will do my best again to emphasize key terminology and key answers that I'm looking for in terms of your assignments. Again, I will highlight it, underline it, circle it, put a star beside it. That way I'll help you in terms of when you're doing your assignments. Okay. What is physical geography? Okay, said it many, many times already. Physical geography. What that means is that physical geography is that we'll be looking at the study of natural features of the Earth's surface and its current aspects. Okay, so on top of physical geography, okay, the study of natural features of the Earth's surface and its current aspect, we're looking at actual things. Okay, physical objects, things, living organisms that lives on this planet Earth. Okay, that's on the Earth's surface. Okay, any natural features and its current aspect. Okay, so mainly looking about nature, the land, species, anything that pretty much walks, breathes on this planet Earth can be considered a physical object or can be related to physical geography. Okay, so again, I'll highlight that. Again, just some examples again could include land formation, regions, the environment, the climate, plants, humans, animals. Okay, so we will be trying to link some aspects in terms of human geography and how we adapt to different areas, such as land formations. Okay, plants, climates, etc. Okay, here's my little illustration. Again, we got some plants, different types of trees, flowers, fungus, moss, weeds. Okay, also have creatures. Okay, us humans, we got plants, reptiles, birds, animal, insects. All of them can be considered examples of physical geography. Land formations. Okay, the water, ocean, lakes, rivers, glaciers. Okay, land formations, grass, flatland, area that have hills, plains, mountains, valleys. Okay, those are some examples of what we will be exploring for the rest of this term. Okay, why do some plants grow in some area? Why do some creatures, animals depend on certain plants, for example? Why are there water in this particular area? Why are there mountains in this area? What does it mean if I live by a valley or a hill? Okay, some aspects, how they're important, and how they're all linked to one another. Okay, land formation, regions, environment, climate, plants, human, and animals. These are just some of the main focuses that we will be exploring starting today and for the rest of this term. Again, one key definition that I want everyone to remember moving forward is what is physical geography and what it means. The study of natural features of the Earth's surface in its current aspect. Again, this is all in your textbook. Again, this is on page 38. Okay, page 38 in your textbook. Okay, questions so far about what is physical geography? Questions? Any confusion? Does everything make sense so far? Can I get a yes if everything makes sense? Perfect, great. Good stuff. All right, okay, let's continue. Let's continue. So we're going to move along and we are going to talk about what is a region. Okay, what is a region? Okay, you may have heard of this terminology, but what is a region? How do we define it? Again, more definitions, more terminology. What is a region? Okay, so a region can be defined as a set of characteristics, something or an area that has something in common or something that's the same. Okay, a region can be defined as a set of characteristics that is the same. For example, it could be mountains or it could be a particular river. Okay, it can be defined as a region. Okay, I'll get more to that very, very shortly. A region, some may have imaginary lines, which divides into territories, areas. Okay, so for example, our country, Canada, okay, our country, Canada, has 10 provinces and 3 territories. Okay, Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. We already know that. Okay, but however, if you think about it, Canada itself is just one massive piece of land. Okay, there's no set line that tells you where, for example, Ontario and Manitoba are different, or when you're entering one province to another. Okay, there's no actual line. Okay, there is something called on an imaginary line. Okay, for example, can be considered a region. Okay, each province here in Canada and territory can be considered a region. Okay, can be considered a region. A region can also be divided in terms of aspects such as mountains. Okay, so out west in Canada, British Columbia, and Alberta, no, it's known for its mountains, the Rocky Mountains. Okay, this is different because here in Ontario we don't have that. As a result, this can be classified or be divided into different regions or different areas that have similar or the same characteristics. Okay, so when we're looking at regions, it is important that we use a map or look at a map. Okay, someone that makes maps for a living is called a cartographer. Cartographers. Okay, they are experts where they make maps. Okay, when we're looking at maps, they often have lines known as longitude and latitude line. These are imaginary lines that go up and down the globe of the Earth, north to south and east to west. Okay, not actual physical lines, just imaginary lines that help us to locate an area or points or region around the world. Okay, we'll get to more about longitude and latitude near the end of this term. Okay, where we'll have our own separate lesson in terms of a latitude and longitude, how to define it, how to classify and what it actually means later on near the end of this term. Okay, but again, our focus right now is looking at regions. So what is a region and how do we define a region? Again, defined as a set of characteristics that are the same or have something the same or in common. Okay. So for example, on my screen, on my smartboard screen, if you can see it, you can access this by seeing my smartboard screen by downloading a software called Bridget. Okay, Bridget. You download that program on the NNEC homepage. You will have access to seeing what is on my smartboard screen. Okay, all my notes, all my pictures, what I'm highlighting, what I'm circling. Okay, so again, I do highly encourage that everyone with internet access, whether you're at home or in your learning center, that you log onto a computer or a laptop, you download this software called Bridget. Okay, that way you will have access to seeing my smartboard screen. If you have any difficulties using Bridget, you can always talk to your DEC. They should be able to help you out. Okay. So on my screen right now, on my first map, you have a map of Canada. Okay, map of Canada, where it is divided into different regions. Yes, regions. So for example, here in Ontario and in Quebec can be defined as Central Canada. Central Canada. Okay? Because we're right in the middle. Moving out west, you have Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Those two provinces combined can be known as the Prairies. And as we continue to move out west into Alberta and into British Columbia, those two provinces can be known as the West, because we're on the west side of Canada, or the mountains. Okay. Okay, moving up north where we have our territories, that can be defined or classified as Northern Canada. Okay, again, there's no particular area. We just decide to pick the territories and define it as Northern Canada. And as we move out east, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, PEI, this is known as the East Coast of Canada. Okay, so if you're walking down the street in your community and you're talking to a stranger, and you ask them, "Hey, where are you from?" Okay, if you ask me, "Hey, where am I from?" I would say that my hometown is in Brampton, Ontario, which will be classified that I am in Central Canada. Okay, or if someone says that, "Oh, I'm from Calgary," oh, that simply means that they're out west, the west coast of Canada. Okay, different regions. Okay, for example, different regions of Canada. Okay, if you break it down even further, okay, on my next illustration, I have a map of Ontario. Okay, yes, Ontario is a massive province, very massive. Okay, it can be broken up into two categories, known as Northern Ontario and Southern Ontario. Okay. However, there is no imaginary line. What there is, I'm sorry, there is no physical line that divides Ontario into Northern and Southern. Okay. Again, we use something called an imaginary line. Imaginary line. And that imaginary line can be defined as somewhere around here. Okay. Pretty much once you get past Sudbury and up north, and then above that, can be defined as Northern Ontario. Timmins, Thunder Bay, all of our northern communities up north here in Northwestern Ontario can be defined as Northern Ontario. However, and then pretty much below Sudbury, such as Ottawa, Toronto, Windsor, and all that highly populated GTA area can be defined as Southern Ontario. Okay, these are two different regions. Okay, again, there's no physical line. We'll just use something known as an imaginary line. Okay, it can be said that Southern Ontario has more urban population, more people, bigger cities, lots of people. Whereas in Northern Ontario, yes, we have less populated areas, um, more communities, not much big cities with big high-rise buildings, etc. Okay, again, these are some examples of common characteristics that can be categorized into different regions. Different regions. Okay. Another example of regions can be time zone. Okay, different time zone. Um, Eastern, Central, Mountain Time. Okay, all have different regions, which means that they all have different characteristics. Okay, that is what I mean, or that's what we mean when we're talking about what is a region. Okay, what is a region? Okay, hopefully you have a better sense of what that means now. Okay, again, a region defined as a set characteristics, something that's in common, something that's in common. Okay, for example, you don't see many northern communities in Southern Ontario. Okay, for example. Okay, are there any questions? Questions before we move on? Are there any questions, Lillian or Roslyn in Waterman? Hopefully you can hear me. Again, you can speak into that microphone. You can type out questions using the Bridget software. Um, you can write on my smartboard screen if you are using that Bridget software. Okay, so again, different ways to communicate back and forth, different ways to get the class involved and engaged and excited. Okay. Okay, continuing, moving along, progressing. We are now looking at regions still. Okay, so again, regions. This is our learning goal for today. Okay, physical geography, starting off with what is regions and what it means, etc. Again, lots of definitions, lots of terminology. Okay, so here in Canada, Canada can be known as something we like to call regional diversity. Okay, regional diversity, which simply means that yes, Canada, here in Canada, we have different regions with different diversity, which means that we have more than one different regions. Okay, we have multiple different regions and different areas that have different common characteristics. Not just one, but we have lots. Lots here in Canada. We kind of touched upon it a bit already. How we have the East Coast and the West Coast and Northern Canada, Southern Ontario, the prairies where it's all flat, nothing but flat land. Okay, just flat, agriculture nonstop. Okay, so here in Canada, we can define Canada or break down regional diversity of Canada into three topics. Okay, one, climate region, two, cultural region, and three, topographical region. Okay, again, you'll see regional diversity pop up again in terms of your assignment. Okay, these are the three areas that we need to talk about. Okay, I'll repeat. The first one is climate regions, two, cultural region, and three, topographical regions here in Canada. What that means is that one, climate region, here in Canada, we have different types of climate. Okay, we depend on where you live in Canada, for that matter. Okay, it could be hot, warm, humid summer if you're living in Toronto, or if you live in here in Sioux Lookout, we can have long, cold winters with lots of snow. Okay, especially here in northern Canada, in northern Ontario. Okay, especially if you're in the Yukon, Northwest Territory, Nunavut, the territories. Yes, it is often very, very cold in the wintertime and cool summer. Okay, how they don't have hot, humid summer compared to southern Ontario, for example. If you're on any of the coasts, for example, the west coast, the east coast, I heard it rains a lot. Okay, it rains a lot because you're near the coastline with by the water. It have that effect. Okay, so again, here in Canada, depending on where you live, different regions and in which region you live in, there are different types of climate that affects that particular area. Okay, it's a different. Just keep that in mind. We're not just one cold um, country where it's cold all year long, 12 months. Nope. Nope. Well, maybe, depending on which region you live in. We just have a diverse, okay, where it's hot, it's cold, it's cool, rains, windy, okay, here in Canada. Okay. Number two, cultural. Yes, cultural. Very, very important. Defines us as a nation, as a country. Something that we can be super proud of is that here in Canada, we have different culture. People have different backgrounds, different culture, different ethnicity. Okay, which makes Canada very unique in a sense. Okay, diversity. Okay, we have people coming into this country, people leaving this country. Okay, people migrate, immigrates, people immigrate from different countries here into Canada in terms of having a better future. Okay, which makes Canada unique. So again, depends on which region or area here you live in Canada um, can be influenced or affected by your culture. So, for example, in Northern Ontario, there are a lot of people with First Nation cultural backgrounds, people who are Aboriginal or Indigenous, okay, compared to Southern Ontario, where we have a lot of mix, okay. So again, different culture. There are just too many. I can't just list them all. Okay, but what makes this very unique is that we have different culture. Everyone comes from a different background, different culture, different language. We celebrate different holidays. Okay, this is what makes Canada unique and diverse. Okay, and number three, lastly, topographical regions here in Canada. What that means simply is that yes, our massive land that we live on has many different aspects, such as mountains, lakes, Arctic region, lowlands, wetlands, highlands, the coasts. Okay, we have it all. Okay, we have it all. Okay, Canada is not just one flat land. Okay, we don't have that. We're not just one big country that has massive cities everywhere. No, we don't have that either. Okay, we have a lot. We have mountains. Okay, the Rocky Mountains. Yes, the famous Rocky Mountains out in the west coast of Canada. We have lakes. Okay, especially here in Northern Ontario, there's lakes everywhere, just everywhere. Small lakes, big lakes, famous lakes, non-famous lakes. Okay, we have the five Great Lakes. Okay, Lake Ontario, Lake Superior. Okay, for all those living in Thunder Bay, right, located right side Lake Superior. Okay, different sides of lakes. Okay, big lakes, small lakes. Okay, Arctic regions. Okay, our territories: Yukon, Northwest Territory, Nunavut. Okay, it's a particular region. Okay, lowlands. Okay, agriculture, the prairies. Okay, was known for its agriculture, the prairies. Okay, that is another particular tropical graphical region that we have here in Canada. Again, lots of different diversity, okay, which makes Canada unique when we're looking at physical geography as a whole. Again, just to recap, regional diversity, lots of different changes. There are three main ones. Again, one, climate regions, two, cultural regions, and three, topographical regions. Again, these three terms are all in your textbook on page 38. It's highlighted, it's in bold letters. Okay, it should jump out at you. Okay. Questions so far, class? Any questions? Any questions? Questions? Or any comments that anyone want to share right now? Or any questions in terms of your assignment? Again, I just want to stress that everyone is on different assignment at different pace. So again, whatever assignment you're currently working on, just continue to work on those assignments. Again, this is not a map on my smartboard screen. Here, a map of Canada. Let's make this bigger so that everyone can see it. Again, very unique country of ours. Again, we have the East Coast over here. Okay, anything on Yukon, Northwest Territory, none of it. All this area right here can be considered Arctic region here in Canada, Arctic region. We have two coasts, the East Coast, like I touched upon. We have the West Coast, different major oceans, Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean on each side of here in Canada. Okay, we have the prairies. Lots of flatland agriculture here in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Okay, so you live in those areas. Very flat, great for farming. Out west, again, in BC, Alberta, okay, Rocky Mountains, very famous. Okay, different regions. Again, we got Ontario, with lots of different communities and different culture that we celebrate. And each province is divided into imaginary lines. Okay, these lines are not actually built. There's no fences or wall that tells you, hey, you're entering a brand new province. Again, these are imaginary lines that defines different regions, have different or has the same common characteristics in each area. Okay. Okay. Let's get to assignment 11. Assignment 11. So again, if you have your workbook in front of you, can everyone please pull out your workbook and turn to assignment 11. Okay. Again, some students may have already completed this assignment, which is great, fantastic. If not, can you please turn to assignment 11 in your workbook right now? Because right now I'm going to take some time just to go over these questions. Okay, whether or not you're on this assignment or not, but in terms of what we talked about in terms of today's class and lesson, it all relates back to assignment 11 in your workbook for PLAR, history, and geography. Okay, this is assignment 11. It's probably the shortest assignment in this course. There are 4 simple questions, simply out of 9 marks. That being said, everyone should be able to finish assignment 11 right now. Okay, whether you're on this assignment or not, you should be able to finish the assignment right now if you have been paying attention to what we have talked about in terms of today's class. Very, very short, very, very straightforward. Okay, assignment 11, again, out of 9 marks. Question number 1. What is physical geography? 2 marks. What is physical geography? Again, I need a definition, get some examples. The more you write, the better mark I can give you. Okay, pretty straightforward. What is physical geography? 2 marks. Question number 2. Question number 2. What is a region? What is a region? I have 2 marks. Again, all of this is in your textbook. All this is what I talked about in my slides and my notes. Okay, what is a region? Question number 3. Name 3 of Canada's different regions. Okay, just name them. Not to explain it or tell me what they are. Just name 3 of Canada's different regions. Okay, name 3 of Canada's different regions. Again, this is in your textbook. I'm talking about regional diversity in this particular area. Okay, so for this question number 3, I'm going to talk about regional diversity. Okay, so I'm asking name 3 of Canada's different regions. I'm looking for 3 of Canada's different regional diversity. Okay, I mark each. I mark each. And lastly, question number 4. Why do you think? Yes, why do you think Canada has so many different climates? Okay. Again, there is no right or wrong answer for this one. Question number 4. Why do you think Canada has so many different climates? Okay. Your opinion can be different from your neighbor or your classmates. Okay. We all have different opinions. Again, this is an opinion-based question. Technically, there's no right or wrong answer. However, if it makes completely no sense, then yes, it is wrong. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So why do you think Canada has so many different climate? Okay? Again, give me your opinion. I think, I can start off by saying, I think Canada has so many climates because, and tell me why. Explain. Okay, I think Canada has so many different climates or so many climates because dot 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 dot, and tell me why. Okay, I talked about it. Yes, Canada's a massive country with different climate where it's hot, cold, cool. Okay, all different time of year, different months, it varies. Okay, but why do you think this? Why? Okay, why do you think it? Again, if you're not sure or you're unclear of what that question's asking, again, feel free to send me an email, a Facebook message, give me a call, and I will give you some examples as to help guide you in terms of thinking why you think Canada has so many different climates. Okay? Again, there's no right or wrong answer, but it makes completely no sense or you're off topic, then yes, it is wrong. Okay? Again, simple 9 marks right here. Okay, class? Again, there's no surprises. I'm not asking if anyone to write a big essay or draw me an illustration of anything. Okay, again, all I'm asking is that we write in full, complete sentences. Okay, make sure you check for spelling, punctuation, grammar. Okay, make sure you write neatly and legible. That way I can read it. Okay, that's pretty much all I'm asking for. Okay. Again, all my expectations are still the same. Nothing has changed. Okay, I just want to go over them and emphasize. That way everyone can receive full marks. Okay. With that being said, again, assignment 11. All you need for assignment 11 is page 38 in your textbook. Okay, simple 9 marks. I'm gonna give to the class sometime right now. Okay, when I mean right now, I mean right now. Okay, just take the time right now and to work on this assignment. Okay, right now. Okay, I'm right here. If anyone has any questions or any difficulties, if you have other questions in terms of different assignments, let me know. That way I can help you right now. Okay? Does that make sense so far? Yes? Questions? Questions? Are there questions in Waterman, Lillian, and Roslyn? Are there questions? Can you hear me? Yes, yes, no? I heard something in the background.
Yes.
Perfect. How are you today? Good? Did you guys have a good holiday break?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Uh, have you been working on your assignments over the break?
No.
No? That's okay. Uh, can you tell me which assignment that you are currently working on? That way I can take note.
9. You need behind. We're behind.
You're behind? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But which assignment are you currently working on? Like which number?
Assignment 9.
Assignment 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions in terms of assignment 9?
Lesson 2. Somewhere.
Question number 2?
Lesson 2.
Lesson 2?
Couple more questions.
Which assignment? Which question? So lesson 2 deals with World War II, back in terms of history. But if you're on assignment 9, you should be starting the geography half.
Yeah. I need help with number 6.
Number 6?
Yeah.
Question number 6 or assignment number 6?
Question number 6. Assignment 9.
All right. Assignment 9, question number 6. Perfect. All right. Let's go to that question. Okay. Okay, so question number 6 on assignment 9 asks, there have been many controversies since the NAFTA agreement took effect. Provide details of 3 of these controversies. Okay, so yes, we have talked a lot about NAFTA, how there are good things and bad things, or some controversy or disputes where people don't necessarily agree with NAFTA. So question number 6 simply asks, give me 3 examples why people dislike NAFTA. Why NAFTA has not been a positive influence. What has been some problems NAFTA has created since it took place is what the question is asking. Okay, so if you have your textbook, I'll give you the page number in 2 seconds. For that particular question, assignment number 9, question number 6, is on page 29, 28 and 29 of your textbook. Okay. However, I highly recommend that if you go to my YouTube channel and find that lesson, I clearly emphasized and stated some examples of the controversies. Okay, the textbook kind of just bunch everything together. If you go back towards my lessons on terms of my YouTube channel, I clearly breaking them up and give some examples of some controversies, and you can use those examples as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, it is all on page 28 and 29 in your textbook, where it says controversies, not the controversy. Okay. So skim through those 2 paragraphs and pick out examples of why NAFTA is not a good thing. Some example of why NAFTA have upset people, have not supposed to do what it's supposed to do, etc. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Good stuff. Again, if there are any other questions, just let me know. Okay, just let me know. I'm here to help. I can tell you where the answers are in terms of your textbook and what to look for. Again, I highly encourage everyone to go to my YouTube channel at JHoWasa. I do posted the link onto my Facebook page. So again, if you have me on Facebook, just scroll through it and find that particular lesson, and I can show it to you. Okay? Or if I do I have you on Facebook, Rosalind? I believe I do, right?
Huh?
Do I have you on Facebook?
No.
No?
No.
Do you have Facebook?
Yes.
You want to add me as a friend on Facebook?
No.
No? I can give you the link in terms of the assignment, and that way I can help you.
Okay.
Yeah, so just add me as a friend, JHoWasa. Okay? I can also give you feedback in terms of your marks, like right away. That way you don't have to wait for your DC. Okay, so if you want, you can add me as a friend. You don't have to, you don't want to, but I highly encourage you to add me as a friend for the rest of this term. And that way we can communicate back and forth. I can help you. I can give you updates on your marks faster that way. And simply by the end of this term, you can just delete me as a friend. You don't have to keep me as a friend if you don't want to. Okay? Are there any other questions, Rosalind?
No.
No? Yeah, that makes sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. Again, feel free to add me as a friend on Facebook, JHoWasa. You can find out my lessons on my YouTube channel. Again, also at JHoWasa. Send me an email. Give me a call. Again, you can get a hold of me in many, many ways. Okay? I'd rather be engaging, helping you complete your assignments, and then just rambling on. Okay? Remember, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Okay? So again, I highly encourage everyone to continue working on your assignments. Just a reminder, there are 16 assignments for this course. Okay, so to be eligible to write your tests, you must have completed and attempted all questions and all assignments before you can be eligible to write the tests. Okay, so again, everyone's at different stages in terms of the assignments. Again, continue to work on them. The faster you complete your assignments, that way you're eligible to write the tests. Again, your goal is to finish everything within the next 4 weeks. Okay, within the next 4 weeks. You can do it. I know you can. Just continue to work hard on it. Okay. Again, today's lessons, we started looking at physical geography, lesson number 5. We talked about different diversities and regions. Simple assignment, assignment 11 out of 9 marks. Okay, out of 9 marks. Okay. All right, are there any last comments, questions, concerns before we call it a night? Anything else you want to ask Rosalind in Waterman before I take it off for tonight? Again, I highly encourage you to add me as a friend on Facebook, okay, Rosalind? That's JHoWasa. And then I can help you through Facebook, okay? Okay. All right, class. Again, thank you so much for everyone for listening and participating tonight as we start a brand new year. But it's still the same here at WASA in terms of PLAR history and geography. Um, we will be back again on Thursday, same time slot. Okay. Until then, everyone have a great night. I'll see you on Thursday.